The cameras flashed outside the Sunset Tower Hotel.
Oh, yeah.
The crowd of onlookers just completely froze. He opened the car door for her. They shared this really knowing laugh. And just like that, Hollywood had a new obsession. The headline, she finally found him.
It was cinematic.
It really was. Welcome to Starscope Report. Join Jordan and Jamie as they uncover Hollywood drama, music industry shakeups, and viral influencer scandals. From red carpet surprises to social media controversies, we dive deep into the stories behind the fame.
And for today's deep dive, we are examining a massive stack of recent entertainment news reports, crowdsourced paparazzi snaps leaked by Dumois, and some very exclusive interview quotes.
With juicy stuff.
Exactly. Our mission today is to uncover the actual reality behind Shakira's highly publicized outing with Mexican actor Manuel Garcia-Rulfo.
Right.
But, we aren't just looking at who wore what. We are really analyzing the underlying PR mechanics,
Right.
The timeline contradictions, and just how modern celebrity narratives are built in real time.
So let's just jump right into the visuals that ignited this entire news cycle, because I gotta say, they were everywhere.
Everywhere. You couldn't escape them.
Right. So we have Shakira, who is fresh off wrapping 2 massive local Los Angeles shows for her Las Mujeres Lloran World Tour.
Which is an incredible tour, by the way.
Oh, absolutely phenomenal. And she is stepping out with Manuel Garcia-Rulfo. And if you don't know him, he's the star of The Lincoln Lawyer and at the upcoming Jurassic World Rebirth movie.
Major leading man right now.
Yeah, exactly. So these photos originally surfaced on the gossip platform Dumois, and they immediately sparked this crazy dating buzz.
And, it wasn't just that they were seen together in public.
No, not at all.
It was this highly coordinated, completely matching outfits exit from an undeniable LA hotspot.
Right, the Sunset Tower.
Exactly. And the location itself is, it's really the first piece of the puzzle here. The Sunset Tower Hotel isn't just a restaurant. It functions as this strategic PR chessboard.
Oh, for sure. It's an institution.
Right. When high-profile figures want to signal a transition, say, moving from a narrative of heartbreak to being back on the market, they rarely issue a formal press release anymore.
That's so true. They just call the valet.
Exactly. They orchestrate a valet stand photo op at an establishment that is specifically known for a heavy industry and media presence.
But, okay, hold on, because that is exactly what I want to challenge here.
Okay, let's hear it.
We know the Sunset Tower is essentially the ultimate industry networking epicenter.
Definitely.
You go there to negotiate, right? To be seen by producers, to solidify alliances. Couldn't this simply be a platonic business dinner between 2 Latin American entertainment heavyweights?
I mean, I see where you're going with this.
Think about it. She is dominating the global music scene, and he is a leading man in major streaming and blockbuster franchises. Why jump straight to romance when it could literally just be 2 executives merging their empires over a steak?
Well, that is a completely logical theory. And, in many cases, a Sunset Tower dinner is purely transactional. However, if we actually analyze the specific mechanics of their exit, it completely crosses the line from a boardroom negotiation to a much more intimate connection.
Really? How so?
Because in Hollywood, the standard protocol for a business dinner is that each party has their respective security or their own driver pick them up separately at the end of the night.
Oh, that's a good point.
Getting into the exact same vehicle, with him physically taking the wheel and driving off into the Los Angeles night together, that is a definitive statement.
Wow, yeah, when you put it like that.
It's a visual shorthand, basically designed to shift the narrative.
And not to mention the aesthetic coordination. I mean, they weren't just walking to the same car. They looked entirely synchronized.
They really did. It was very striking.
They were both wearing these edgy, dark wash denim and black combinations. She had this stunning corset-style tank top with high platform heels, holding a leather jacket.
And he matched her vibe perfectly.
He did. He had an oversized, open black button-down with dark leather boots. It just felt very, very deliberate.
Highly stylized.
Right. But here is the friction, and it's the exact reason we need to analyze the timeline today. The confidence of that coordinated exit directly clashes with what Shakira was just telling the press literally days before those photos dropped.
Oh, the contradiction is wild.
It really is. And wait until you hear the strict vow she made about her love life. If you're enjoying this analysis so far, make sure you're subscribed, because we've got even crazier contradictions to unpack as we go.
Yeah, the contradiction is arguably the most fascinating aspect of this entire story.
Totally.
The headline that left all these media analysts completely puzzled is that Shakira had just gone on the record in very explicit terms, stating she has zero space or time for a romantic relationship.
Yes, we are talking about major sit-down interviews with publications like People magazine and The Times.
Huge publications.
Right. When they asked about her relationship status, her response was so unequivocal. She said, quote, "Oh no, no romance for me for now."
Which is pretty clear-cut.
Right. And she added, "There's no space or time in my life for that." She emphasized that her plate is entirely full with raising her 2 sons.
Milan and Sasha, right?
Yeah, Milan, who is 13, and Sasha, who is 11. She even added, "Strangely enough, I'm in love with my career like I've never been in my life. I'm enjoying my time alone as well."
To really understand the weight of those statements, though, we have to look back at the structural collapse of her previous life.
Oh, absolutely. 2022.
Exactly. We have to rewind to 2022, which marked the end of her 11-year relationship with Spanish soccer star Gerard Piqué.
Amid all those highly publicized infidelity rumors, yeah.
Right. And that event wasn't merely a breakup. It was the total dissolution of a family unit, broadcasted on a massive global stage.
Everyone was watching.
Everyone. And the trauma of that public unraveling really provides the critical context for her current, very firm stance on independence.
And, she has been incredibly transparent about the reality of that fallout. She described it as the darkest moment of her life.
I remember reading that.
Yeah, and there's a particularly grounding quote from her recent press tour where she said, "When your world collapses, you have to get up and pay the bills and still prepare breakfast and take your kids to school."
Wow.
She said, "Life needs to go on. Motherhood makes you strong." And I just think that strips away the billionaire pop star facade,
It really does.
It exposes the sheer mechanical exhaustion of having to just function as a parent when your personal life is in absolute ruins.
It absolutely highlights the dual existence she has to navigate every single day.
Yeah.
And when we look at the other side of this new equation, Manuel Garcia-Rulfo is also navigating the aftermath of a public relationship.
Oh, right, with Audrey McGraw.
Yes, the daughter of Tim McGraw and Faith Hill.
Talk about country music royalty.
Seriously. And the public confirmation of their split actually came earlier this year through a very modern mechanism. Fans basically noticed they systematically unfollowed each other on social media.
The dreaded digital unfollow.
Exactly. In today's celebrity ecosystem, the Instagram unfollow basically serves as the modern press release.
It totally does.
It quietly closes a chapter without ever requiring a publicist's statement.
Which brings me back to my main theory about the timeline contradiction with Shakira.
Okay, let's hear the theory.
We have these really intimate, vulnerable quotes in People in the Times where she claims she is entirely focused on her children.
Right.
Then, almost simultaneously, we get this high-visibility, matching outfits exit at the Sunset Tower. So my theory is that she is running a dual-track PR strategy.
A dual-track strategy?
Yeah. She gives the print magazines the devoted single mother narrative to protect her family's image. But simultaneously, she participates in a highly visible outing to ensure her name stays trending in the gossip cycles.
So you think it's a deliberate misdirection?
Exactly. It's a way to control different segments of the media at the same time.
I see the logic in viewing this as a calculated manipulation of the press, but I actually disagree.
Wait, really? Why?
I don't think this is a PR game at all. I think we are just witnessing the friction between traditional media supply chains and real-time modern media.
Okay, you're going to have to unpack that. What do you mean by the friction of media supply chains?
So think about how print journalism operates, right? An interview with People, or The Times, is typically conducted weeks, sometimes over a month, before it actually hits the newsstands.
Oh, right. The lead time.
Exactly. So at the exact moment Shakira gave those quotes about having no time for romance, that was likely her absolute truth.
She was in the thick of it.
Right. She was exhausted, focused on her tour prep, protecting her kids. But human recovery isn't a static press release.
That's such a good point.
A month goes by, she wraps 2 demanding LA shows, the adrenaline drops, and suddenly she decides, hey, I want to go out for dinner.
Yeah, why not?
The contradiction exists because the print magazines are publishing a snapshot of her mindset from a month ago, while platforms like Dumois are broadcasting her real-time evolution.
Oh, that makes complete sense. The magazine is essentially a time capsule, and the paparazzi photo is a live feed.
Perfectly said.
And since her split from Pique, the media has tried to force a narrative on her live feed constantly. I mean, think about it.
Oh, the rumors have been endless.
Endless. She has been casually linked to NBA star Jimmy Butler, Formula One driver Lewis Hamilton, actor Lucien Laviscount. The press is just desperate to categorize her healing process.
They want to put a neat bow on it.
Exactly.
And that actually connects perfectly to another insight she shared during those same interviews. She noted, quote, "Sometimes through hardships and through pain is how we discover how strong we can be. Suffering sometimes makes you a better person."
Wow.
When someone survives the kind of profound structural collapse she experienced, their relationship to public perception often changes completely.
They just stop caring.
Right. She may simply no longer care about the pressure of the PR microscope. She went out to dinner, got in a car with a successful actor, and just refused to hide it.
Yeah.
It isn't necessarily a strategic launch of a new boyfriend. It might just be the quiet rebellion of living her life without needing to issue an explanatory statement to anyone.
I love that. That is such a powerful shift in autonomy. But later in the episode, we'll talk about the shocking twist nobody saw coming regarding Shakira's biggest global stage.
Ooh, this is a big one.
It is. And how this stage acts as the ultimate catalyst for these major life changes.
Yeah, because the timeline of her personal milestones is deeply intertwined with her professional obligations, specifically one monumental event.
Yes.
The undeniable pattern here is that the FIFA World Cup serves as the primary mechanism for shifting Shakira's entire life trajectory.
It is the ultimate catalyst. The World Cup operates almost like a political campaign cycle for her.
It really does.
Every few years, this staggering global event demands a new manifesto, which is her anthem. It requires massive public rallies, and it consistently results in a completely new chapter in her personal life.
It's like clockwork.
Right. Let's look at the historical precedent here. In 2010, she was in Madrid filming the music video for Waka Waka.
Which honestly remains the absolute gold standard for World Cup anthems.
Oh, nothing even comes close.
Yeah.
But that specific set served as the exact meeting ground where she was introduced to Gerard Piqué.
Yep.
They connected, Spain went on to win the tournament in South Africa, and they established an 11-year relationship. I mean, she even playfully referred to her sons as her Waka babies.
I remember that.
The entire architecture of her family was built on the foundation of that 2010 tournament.
And now, if we fast forward to the present day, the cyclical nature of this pattern is just striking.
Yeah.
Shakira has totally reclaimed her position at the center of this global phenomenon.
She is back on the throne.
She is inaugurating the 2026 tournament in Mexico with her new anthem, Die Die, featuring Burna Boy.
Such a good track.
And to understand the scale of this platform, we really have to look at the viewership metrics. We are talking about an audience of 1.2 billion people tuning in for the opening ceremony.
1.2 billion. That is unfathomable.
The sheer psychological pressure of performing live for essentially a seventh of the global population is, well, it's difficult to even quantify.
And, you know, the scrutiny that comes with an audience of 1.2 billion people is precisely what birthed one of the most bizarre viral conspiracy theories we've seen recently.
Well, the internet lost its mind.
Completely. Almost immediately after the 2026 performance, social media just exploded with rumors that Shakira had used a body double for the opening ceremony.
A body double for a live stadium performance.
Yes. People were literally analyzing freeze frames of her choreography. They were examining the angles of her movements, trying to build this elaborate case that it wasn't actually her on stage.
Which is just, it's a fascinating symptom of modern celebrity culture.
How so?
Well, when a figure reaches a certain level of omnipresence, the public begins to view them less as a human being and more as a piece of digital media to be dissected.
Oh, that's dark, but true.
Right. The body double rumor highlights this microscopic, often totally irrational level of surveillance she operates under.
Yeah.
Every single gesture is analyzed for authenticity. Yet, what is most interesting is how that exact same hypervigilant public reacted to the photos of her with Manuel Garcia-Rulfo.
Oh, the reaction was a complete 180-degree turn from the usual internet cynicism.
Night and day.
The fan frenzy over those Dumois photos was overwhelmingly protective and celebratory. The viral comments were all unified in this one sentiment. People were writing things like, Manuel on Ong, Shakira, he is a catch each.
And he is.
He really is. And another user said, oh, I'm invested. I love him on his Netflix show. She deserves the absolute best.
It was as if the internet collectively decided to act as her protective older sibling.
And from an analytical perspective, what we are observing here is the sociology of the public redemption arc.
Okay, break that down.
So the audience was deeply invested in the trauma of 2022, right? They consumed all the details of the infidelity rumors, they read the heartbreaking quotes about her world collapsing, and they witnessed her navigate the subsequent legal and emotional fallout.
We all lived it with her. Exactly. And psychologically, an audience that witnesses a public figure's profound suffering really desires a neat, triumphant resolution to that narrative.
We want the happy ending.
We crave it.
Yeah.
So seeing her command a stage for over 1 billion people, and subsequently seeing her smiling in the passenger seat with a respected, successful actor, it completely satisfies that need.
It does.
It is the definitive victory lap the public has been waiting to endorse.
It is the ultimate resolution of a highly dramatic narrative arc. And, if you are fascinated by the hidden mechanics behind these pop culture moments, stay tuned and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what's coming next in this Hollywood saga. We are constantly tracking how these narratives evolve.
Definitely. And as we synthesize all this evidence today, from the calculated visuals of the Sunset Tower exit to the timeline friction of her print interviews and, of course, the historical patterns of the World Cup, it really invites you to reflect on the broader mechanics of reclaiming a narrative.
It's so much bigger than just a dating rumor.
It is. It transcends simple gossip. It is an exploration of how a public figure renegotiates her boundaries after a profound structural collapse. Shakira's current trajectory demonstrates the very complex reality of moving forward.
Yeah.
You can fiercely protect your children, you can prioritize your artistic independence, and you can still leave the door open for an unexpected alignment without owing the public an immediate explanation.
Which perfectly brings us full circle to that opening image. The flashbulbs, the valet stand, the undeniable chemistry of the one-car exit.
It's quite the image.
If the 2010 World Cup introduced her to her longest relationship, and the 2026 World Cup sees her stepping into the Los Angeles night with a new leading man, is history simply operating on a loop?
That's a great question.
Or, after enduring the exhaustion of making breakfast while her world collapsed, is the ultimate romance of this era actually just between Shakira and her fiercely reclaimed independence? Something for you to consider the next time the media claims she finally found him. You've been listening to Starscope Report, where Jordan and Jamie uncover the stories shaping Hollywood, music, and pop culture. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that keep the stars shining.